Hello trainers, Ganeto here from a wonderful day in Greece. Today we're gonna take a look at the team that is gonna be super good on the Open Great League formats, and of course you're gonna see in no time at all that charge attacks are gonna be our main way to go against the meta. If you feel like you need to use a different moveset, feel free to do so, but I think that the movesets that I have over here are just gonna perform much better than anything else. So starting off with the Ox up in front, you need this Pokemon definitely with Psycho Boost, while the second move can be either a Thunderbolt or a Rock Slide. Of course I have here Thunderbolt because I want to threat even more those water types, but also gives him coverage against the flyers like Rock Slide does. But if you want extra coverage for the ice types, well, Rock Slide can be your main way to go. Despite a little bit of luck that we had over here, we can still guarantee the knockout against the Skarnang, and of course right after Breaking Swipe to debuff that poor Greninja. So Greninja is gonna reach here to a move, and it is gonna be Hydro Gun, more than enough damage to finish us off at this amount of HP that we had. So it doesn't matter, we're still gonna return into the battle with our Lickitung, and of course our main way to go is gonna be a simple Body Slam. Now at the back they have their return for the final time, I believe, the Deoxys, and of course right after we will try to snipe it down as soon as possible. The reason I did that is because I want them to use the remaining energy on my Deoxys, and of course I know that they have farmed up a lot of energy beforehand. Doesn't matter though, I'm still gonna get the first one on my Lickitung, while I will block the second move that is coming up. This time this Greninja has unleashed all of its energy points, so they are kinda energy dry here, and they definitely need 2 more water shurikens to reach to the Night Slash, but my Body Slam is gonna get there faster, and we're gonna grab this first victory for this video. Gligar now into the next one, a very bad lead for our Deoxys. We literally have nothing to throw, but if you want to stay in, I really encourage you to do so. Do not switch out immediately to your Lickitung. All you have to do is to go for 10 of those counters, get to the first Psycho Boost, and then switch out. This is the correct way to play the Gligar matchup, as I figured out later on. So over here now against that Lantern, we're still gonna get hit by that Thunderbolt, but we can reach to the Power Whip fairly easy. So I'm just gonna block here because I have reached to the move, and I want to throw that big nuke on that Lantern. So look at the damage output, absolutely wonderful, and we can almost guarantee the knockout, but they happen to get to the CMB here, and they're gonna win it because Lickitung has a very low attack stat. Doesn't matter, the Oxys can still return into the battle and still gonna be able to farm down with those counters. Even now that they return to the battle with Gligar, they're gonna be put at a difficult position because we have the Psycho Boost, which can do a lot of damage at this amount of HP that they have, and since we have grabbed that shield out of play, I'm pretty sure now that we can return into the battle with our Steelix. So the correct way to go here is gonna be the Breaking Swipe first, and then the nuke with the Earthquake, because this way, with this order, you can debuff your opponent, get less damage on your Steelix, and still go for the overfarm just a little bit before you get to the Earthquake. Now we're gonna finish off this Lickitung, but first they are gonna survive and of course reach to their move up against my Deoxys. Doesn't matter, they're getting super low with that Lickitung and of course the Gligar, so a simple Psycho Boost over here will guarantee the victory for our team. Our next opponent now is gonna start off with a Sableye, and this is not looking that great for my Deoxys, but hopefully the backline can somehow handle even this threat. What I want to do here is to throw my Lickitung exactly from the first second of this battle. Now they're gonna throw their energy, and now they're gonna switch out to their Stunfisk. Perhaps they want to bring me at the point that a simple Earthquake in combination with a few matchups can do the trick here, but to be fair, we're still having the Power Whip, which is just gonna do a lot of damage on that Stunfisk. They're already almost below 50%, so I'm just gonna get the Earthquake on my Pokemon and still gonna try to go ahead and push even more for the next move. With doing so, they're gonna spend the remaining energy, which is the Rock Slide, so they cannot finish me off like they wanted to, I believe, after that first foul play. So this means now that we can safely farm down with our Deoxys over here with those counters. What I like about Lickitung is that we can always count on it, not only to draw out the fighter, but but also a threat like this Galarian Stunfisk that our Steelix is afraid of. And with that in mind now, we're super certain that they have no counter user at the back. So it is gonna be kind of a neutral matchup for our Steelix, and of course the Lantern will come in. So the Earthquake is gonna go straight for the nuke, and we're gonna land it despite the fact that they had a shield, and eventually we're gonna take this victory. Into the next battle now, trainers, with the Umbreon up in front. So Deoxys is definitely not the best Pokemon against Dark types, and we will try to catch one move on our Lickitung. This is the correct way to play this one, because Lickitung is mostly a punching bag, and most of the times you are not gonna even spend a single shield on this Pokemon. So as it seems, this opponent is having some trouble countering Lickitung because they want to stay in with their Umbreon. So no counter user, as it seems, at the back, and we can definitely stay in counting on our Licky user. So another Body Slam is coming up right before they reach to another move, and of course we can always push for the next Body Slam. As it seems, they're getting a little bit too greedy here, charging up a lot of energy, but to be fair, it makes a lot of sense. They can easily finish us off if they want to, and I have a feeling that at this point they have a double foul play coming up. So Deoxys is now getting into the fight, and of course they're gonna get to the second foul play as soon as they see our Pokemon, and right after we're just gonna see what they have at their backline, because all this time we were talking about Umbreon and its grazing spamminess that was kinda boring, to be fair. So Surf now is gonna take over our Deoxys, but not take it out because we can still survive with 1 HP. Now Steelix is gonna come into the battle and start doing some solid work by completely farming down. We can count down the final Pokemon, and this is gonna be a critical decision for my opponent. And since they blocked at this point, I was like, you know what, whatever you have at the back must be super weak to my Steelix over here. And to our surprise, they have an Altaria. I was expecting a Flyer, to be fair, but not an Altaria. So here it is, and we're absolutely gonna wreck this Pokemon down with those breaking swipes, with those Dragon Tails. They're gonna take the move so bad on that Pokemon, and of course whatever they throw here can easily be taken. Attack fell, but we don't care at all, and of course 2 more Dragon Tails will grab that victory for our team. So Dragalge now up against our Deoxys, and in Halloween Cup this Pokemon was a big deal, but over here with Deoxys on the Open Great League format, we can still go ahead, farm a little bit more extra, and then throw our Psycho Boost. Doing so, we can now debuff, we can clear the debuff actually with switching out to our Lickitung, and of course after getting that outrage, we're still gonna hang in there pretty nicely. So able to land the first Body Slam here for some cheap damage on this style of name, and I'm pretty glad that we did that, because now with the fire type out of the way, perhaps Steelix can be left open to sweep whatever remains at the back. Switching out immediately to my Steelix here, and they have a Hypno. Who uses Hypno? But to be fair, I have made a video on the last rotation, and this Pokemon is pretty good, especially with Ice Punch for this meta of Open Great League. Doesn't matter, they will try to catch one Breaking Swipe, I believe, on the Dragalge, but this is not gonna happen. I was going straight for the Earthquake, so straight to the nuke as it seems, and right after we can take whatever they throw. Not gonna get to the Breaking Swipe here because I know that with this amount of HP, even my Thunderbolt from Deoxys can finish off this Pokemon, but it doesn't matter because they're not gonna shield anyways, and the Earthquake will guarantee the nuke. Now up against this Alola Sandslash, we finally catch a break on this video with the Ox up on the lead. Are you kidding me? That took way too long into this video, about, wow, a lot of minutes, and yeah, we happen to get a good lead. So let's see how well this is gonna end, because whoever is using a Pokemon like this Sandslash up on the lead, they definitely have some counter coverage at the back, and Medicham is definitely the best fighter to do that work, because it can simply destroy down those counter users. So anyways, now Body Slam is gonna take out this Medicham after a little bit of lag on the start of the animation, charging up my Body Slam, and still now they're gonna get to their move right straight ahead. I was expecting them to go ahead and farm a little bit more, but as it seems they do not want to do that, and expecting the second anti-counter user, it is gonna be Sableye as their third Pokemon. So over here now Steelix is gonna do a lot of debuffing work on that Sableye, and of course in combination with those Dragon Tails we can still go ahead and finish off this Sableye as it seems. Even though they have that Sunsless at the back, my counters are still gonna do so much damage back at them and they're not gonna like it at all. I know we can still survive one foul play, so I'm just gonna take it after all those breaking swipes, and of course as it seems at this point we can definitely rely on our Deoxys to completely farm down with the counters, and right after we have the Thunderbolt to grab the shield, and of course immediately right after we have the Psycho Boost to guarantee the victory even against a Pokemon like Sableye. So let's get now into the final one, trainers, and let's see what this trainer has to offer, because we're facing already a Mantine up on the lead. So this Pokemon can be kinda problematic if they have Bubble Beam, but most of the times Mantines on the new season are running Aerial Ace alongside Ice Beam with Wing Attack as their fast attack, so we have nothing to worry about. Now on the Switch we're meeting up with, what is it? What is this? I have no clue. So anyways, we're just gonna go into this battle with our Lickitung, and of course this final one is gonna be kinda crazy as it seems. So the next move is coming up and I'm just gonna let it go through, and it is gonna be Body Slam. Okay, so this Queen Lad is gonna go down to our legs, and now Lickitung will expect their final Pokemon. So another Body Slam is coming up and it is gonna be Medicham. What a surprise, everyone is using Medicham right now. So Deoxys now is gonna go into this fight, and of course we're gonna have kinda the upper hand, and Medicham, if we do not have Deoxys, might be kind of a problem, especially for our Steelix on the end game. So over here all we have to do is to go ahead and push for the knockout against this Medicham, but they want to start shielding. You know what, this is absolutely fine. I'm just gonna get here to 10 of those counters, throw one Psycho Boost and then switch out to my Steelix. Doing so we can clear the debuff and of course guarantee that we can farm down this Pokemon. Now we have some energy from our Deoxys, but first we're gonna go in with Steelix and try to finish off this Mantine as soon as possible. I know that they do not have Bubble Beam, but still I want to respect the damage from the Ice Beam, and since they cannot clear those debuffs, the breaking swipes are coming up back to back, and right now they're gonna leave this battle, leaving me with a victory to end this video. Thank you for watching, trainers, and for staying till the end. Just be sure to leave a huge like before you go, subscribe to the channel if you already haven't, and over here I have 2 videos for you to check out. Feel free to check them out, and I will see you all into the next one.